Okay, I have some good news and I have some bad news. One sec. Look at that. We did it. Let's try the attic. Okay, if you want the good news first, hit the like button. If you want the bad news first, hit the subscribe button. If you don't really care, go ahead and hit the dislike button. But make sure you hit it twice. I'll give you guys like 2 seconds. Okay, we're going to go with the bad news first. The bad news is I don't think that this project is going to release in 2025. I'm going to explain. I'm going to give you all the details in just a second. But I figure we'll start with the bad news. Well, you guys voted for the bad news. That's not on me. That's on you. But it's bad news because I'm really excited about the story and I've been really, I'm immersed in it and I'm ready to see it come to life. And we're actually not going to change the timing of when we're going to shoot it. We're still planning to shoot it like spring of next year, start shooting. It's just we started doing the math and started talking to our distribution partner, like the people who help us get it on platforms, on streaming platforms so that it can get in front of people. The meeting I had a couple of weeks ago, it was like, they want 60 days, which is obvious. Like really we aim for 90 or to 120 days before release to get it in the hands of these people. But they want at least 60 days. And we're like, okay, we want to release this like mid-November. It's a Christmas thing. So mid-November at the latest. And we're planning to be done shooting end of August, somewhere in September, which means we have like 3 weeks to edit. What is it? 5 hours of like edited. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's way too much. It's way more than we've ever done. It's not probably more than what is humanly possible, but it's right on the brink of that boundary line. So I felt like I've been sort of like faced with this dilemma of, do I just push it out because I really want to see it done and I'm excited about this story? Or do we sort of do it the right way? And I really didn't want to like get it done, get it submitted in September. The earliest I think we could have it done is actually November, if I'm being completely honest. And then we submit it and it doesn't end up dropping on streaming services until like, mid-December. And then I'm really disappointed because 2 years of work just got sort of tanked. So that's reason number one, just sort of the practical. We've done the math and it just seems like the best move for us, especially if we're going to aim for potentially a bigger streaming service. If we're going to try to do that, which it's one of those things we're talking about. It's on the list. So if we're going to do that, there's no scenario where this happens next year. I'm going to clear my throat now. You ready? Now, I'm going to still leave the opportunity for something to change open, but it's just looking less and less likely. This is like the new storage area in Liam's bedroom, in the attic, in the set. So yeah, that's kind of the first reason. The other sort of difficult thing in making that decision was like, okay, we're going to be making content on this channel all the way through making it. And we felt the fear was like, if we don't release it next Christmas, it's going to be so hard to get people to come back the following Christmas. It's like, okay, we sort of wrap things up and then a year later try to get people's attention again. Not going to happen. But that's actually part of the good news. Let's pivot to the good news. I need to be at a different angle. Part of the good news. Now what we get to do is we get to finish writing without like this crazy anxiety of like, I already feel so behind on the writing. We get to finish writing and then we get to spend all of next year shooting it and shoot it well. Like instead of trying to make summer in Michigan look like winter in Michigan, we're going to actually shoot some of the important things that we need to shoot outside at wintertime. We're going to shoot them outside at wintertime. It's just going to be next winter. So we can use the real snow instead of having to only use fake snow. We can just take the real snow and supplement the fake snow. And we can shoot in an actual beautiful Michigan winter environment for some of those moments that need that. And then 2026 becomes like letting you guys see the whole editing process rather than like rushing through the editing process because we're trying to release it as fast as possible. What if we actually edit it at the normal pace of what it would take to make it the best it could be, do some fun visual effects stuff, let you guys join us as we like write a custom score, like actually write music. See you get to see it recorded. You get to see it performed. Like do a Christmas album that we release alongside the movie. I don't know. There's so many like other potential opportunities that are so exciting to me. This is the good news part of it. This is the part that like this gets me psyched, because if we just give ourselves a little bit extra time, which is not normally what I would do. I would normally rush it, put myself in a place of anxiety, probably make a lesser product because of it. But if we give ourselves the extra time, there's so many other potential cool ways we could approach this. And I'm just going to believe that over the course of that extra year of us making those videos and showing people the behind the scenes process of editing and music and visual effects and all that fun stuff, that we will build an even bigger audience of people ready to watch it in 2026. But that right there is my greatest fear in this, is that we're going to lose the audience and have to start all over. But it is what it is. I think I feel peace with this. But here's where I'm coming from with the peace side of it. It's so windy. So if you're not a Christian, so I'm a Christian and like I love Jesus more than anything. So if you're not a Christian, this next part may sound a little strange. I understand that. Okay, I get it. So you can click away or you can just sort of listen up. I've for like weeks, months been laboring over this decision of like, what should we do? Should we shoot this next year and try to press through and release it next year? Or should we shoot this next year and try and just wait and do it well and release it the following year? Like what's more important? Getting it out quickly and trying to capitalize on the buzz, or waiting and doing it well and waiting for other opportunities? And I've just been like stuck. And I actually felt like just the other day, the Lord finally like spoke to me, and I felt really like it was suddenly like really clear. And I haven't felt a ton of clarity on some of these pieces of this puzzle in a while. And it's been stressing me out. And suddenly I felt like the Lord spoke, and I was praying this morning, asking God, like, why? Like, why do I suddenly feel an answer? Because I didn't just feel like I got an answer. I felt like I suddenly got an answer, and I'm super excited about it. Like, I don't just feel like peace, like I feel like stoked about adding an extra year to like making videos about it, and like getting to do a soundtrack, and like getting to maybe release an album with it, and like all these other little pieces that like are so fun and stuff I love to do. Suddenly, like, it's exciting. It's not like I feel like I'm just losing something. I feel like I'm gaining something. Well, when I was praying this morning, I felt like the Lord said, you've been serving your wife. So give me a minute to give you some quick context on this. A couple weeks ago, I felt like God just pointed out to me that like I've really stunk in this arena. I've been a real stinker for a minute on just like, I'll give you a million excuses. It doesn't matter. The end result is like life gets busy, life gets hard. We have 3 kids, and it's easier to like go play with them or go check out than it is to like do the things necessary to make my wife like feel served and loved. And the Lord convicted me of that a little bit ago. And so I've been trying to be really intentional lately about just like loving on her, like serving her, doing the things that I know she would love. And in that, here's what happened. Suddenly, like the Lord gave me what I needed in something that I've been praying about for a while. Now, I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because I felt like it was the right thing to do. But I thought it was really interesting that when I was asking the Lord, why did I suddenly get an answer on this thing I've been laboring over for months? It was because, like, in essence, you're finally doing the simple things that I asked you to do. So I don't know exactly what that means to you. I'm sure there's some context you could apply to your life, because ultimately it's those little simple things. And this is what he started speaking about at the very beginning of the year when we started the whole dreaming of this project, before we even started writing. It was like those little things of being intentional and just like submitting it to him. And anyways, we're coming all back full circle, back to the very beginning, I feel like. But I genuinely finally feel like peace. And so maybe this isn't what you wanted to hear. Maybe this is all bad news. I don't know. But I'm excited about it because it gives us a little bit of capacity to like dream bigger. You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling. Hopefully this wasn't all bad news. Hopefully this is good news. I'm still really excited. I'm decreasing the writing videos. I don't think they're that interesting to people, if I'm totally honest. I'd rather give you my inside thoughts of what's in my head. I think that's maybe a little bit more interesting. And trying to do more like podcast live stream stuff to just like welcome people into the process. Still want you guys on this journey more than ever. Just trying to figure out how to do it well. So anyways, I love you. Thanks for making a movie with us. And yeah, it's going to be great. Let's have a great 2 years. We're going to do this for another 2 years together. Buckle up.
Me to be